What good looks like is a working manager connecting with teams, supervisors, customers, and partners, focusing on goals and ensuring the success of our customers and that we have a productive, happy, efficient environment for everyone. I find it rewarding to observe staff as they interact with customers on varying levels of executive functioning and skillfully help them to resolve life situations as they present in the office.
So as a supervisor, I tend to almost use like emotional control. So emotional control, as an example, is that we have a lot of customers that come in and they could be either in a difficult situation, they could be mad, they could be suicidal sometimes, and just knowing how to control my own emotions, not to be judging them in the situation they're in, and being able to help them through the process by educating them about the resources we have and how we can get them to a better place.
What does good look like? My name is Christine Anderson, and in my role as District Director, I make observations, decisions, and judgments all day. I use observation and inferences in relationship to counseling theory in order to make my decisions. This allows me to have emotional control as I consider, why is this person having an emotional outburst? Is there an inference I can make about this behavior? Are they in jeopardy of losing their home or their job, and as a result had that emotional outburst? I can keep my emotional response low as I develop a communication and support with that client. That's what good looks like.
When life is great, I don't think too much about executive functioning or emotional control. It's when things aren't going so great that I know something needs to change and emotional control becomes important to me. It's when I'm upset, frustrated, getting defensive. It's in those kind of situations where I'm often reminded of some advice that a family member once gave to me. They said, Dave, we have choice in our emotional responses. And that stuck with me. So when I find myself getting upset, frustrated, or defensive, I try and take a step back and start to reappraise the situation.
In my role as a counseling supervisor, good looks like having an excellent working memory. Working memory is crucial for me to keep in mind the information that I need throughout my day. I use that information stored and recalled when serving clients, when collaborating with and developing new community partnerships, and while working with counselors to develop clinical skills, increase their administrative proficiency, and achieve success. The ability to access and process information while completing a task also allows me to respond faster to unexpected circumstances and changing needs, because my working memory has been able to store that handy information in a place I can access quickly.
In my role as a supervisor, I use lots of executive functioning skills. One of those executive functioning skills is organization. What good looks like to me is when I'm preparing for a staff meeting, it's important that I organize my time so that I make sure that I am able to hit all the key points. I print out agendas in advance and make sure that staff know exactly what to expect and what's going to be expected of them. In addition to that, I'm able to organize my day so that I can meet specific deadlines or get key things accomplished. I use a Google Calendar to make sure that other people know where I'm at and what I'm doing, in addition to helping me stay on track and keep in line with what I need to get accomplished. I use tasks in UWorks just like employment counselors, as well as I write myself to-do lists to make sure that I can prioritize and plan so that I can get things accomplished that I need to every day in my job.
Self-monitoring, emotional, and impulse control are executive functioning skills that I use in my role at DWS. All of us have triggers, and it's important that we're able to recognize what our personal triggers are. Sometimes it's a person or personality type, a policy or a pathway that we don't agree with. Feedback and even change can feel unsettling. When I notice that I'm triggered, I usually try to explore my emotions and identify why I'm feeling the way I do. Then I can use coping skills to better manage my impulses. It's also important that we're able to monitor and challenge our thoughts so that we know they're based in truth. Good can look like a simple switch from thinking, my supervisor doesn't appreciate me, to instead thinking to ourselves, the work I do is important and I know I'm a valuable employee. We all need to take responsibility for monitoring our thoughts and feelings in order to create a positive work environment.
When thinking about planning and prioritizing, what good looks like to me can be easily explained in 4 words. A well-sharpened axe. Abraham Lincoln reportedly once said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe." Planning should be one of the most important parts of your day. Research shows that for every 1 minute of planning, you actually gain 10 minutes of execution. So what does a well-sharpened axe actually look like? For me, I sharpen my axe by creating to-do lists, then I rank those to-do lists focusing on the urgent and the importance, then I set visual reminders on my desk and on my computer, then I execute. This keeps me more focused with fewer distractions, and I'm way more productive throughout my day. So in conclusion, I hope you can all find productive ways to go about in sharpening your own axe.